All right, we're live. Welcome, family, to another show. This is going to be a really informative show for you guys today. We got a lot of news coming in from Southeast Asia as well as South America, in Brazil in particular. And we're going to get right on to it. First and foremost, I want to welcome all the new members to the private Facebook group, Black Man Travels 2.0, as well as Passport Bros, man. So we got a really good show in for you guys. Hope all is well with the family. We got 5 in the room already. That's what's up. Let's see who's all up in here. And we're going to roll on out, man. So, as some of you already know, let me go ahead and post this real quick. Let's get right into it. What's going on, Shay Star? Jamel of Scotland, Nick. Oh, that's a hell of a name, brother. Global Paper in the building. That's what's up. That's what's up. Everybody rolling in here. So, guys, the Wall Street Journal does this every year where they rate the best to the worst U.S. airlines every year, right? So this was came out for the 2021. Let me go ahead and show you guys this right here. Number one coming in, all right, and this right here can help you guys kind of decide if it's that the little extra money you might have to pay to get on some of these top tier airline companies to fly with them instead of trying to save a little money. Surprisingly enough, I'm surprised that Sprint even came in at number 8. I flew pretty much the majority of these airlines. Yeah, I pretty much have flew all these airlines, and I can honestly say from personal experience that Delta always does a pretty good job. All right, so here we go. What's going on, Cameron? What's going on, brother? How you doing? Oh yeah, man, we got some good news coming out of Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is opening back up. So let's check this out real quick, family. All right, let me move this real quick. Give me 1 second. So as you guys can see, Delta came in at number 1. All right, move that right there. There we go. Then you got Alaska Airlines coming in at number 2. All right. Like I said, I flew all these airlines, man, and for the most part, I haven't had too many. The worst experience I've actually had, I'm not familiar with Allegiant. The worst experience I actually had was with Spirit, but in many cases, you do get what you paid for. Now you can see that these airline companies, they kind of go back and forth with the ranks every other year. Delta's always kind of in that top 3 for the most part. Alaska, surprisingly, is number 2. Go from number 2 to number 3. But Spirit, I definitely can see Spirit being number 8. It's very reasonable, but at the same time, they services, they seats are a little bit shorter. If you don't get the exit rows and stuff like that, I wouldn't fly Spirit for over 5 hours, really. Like I wouldn't do a major flight on Spirit for the most part, guys. JetBlue, I haven't really had any issues with JetBlue, but the more you travel, the more you might have issues with these airline companies. But I can always say that Delta always comes in pretty good. So let me show you guys the rankings real quick. I'm gonna show you the scorecard. All right, to help you in your travels, family. You get the full screen right there. So this is how they rank the different airlines here. You got Delta right here. Ranked in canceled flights. Very less. You got the involuntary bumping, mishandled baggage. So you got Delta coming in pretty good. All right. Now you got Spirit. I've had a few bad experiences with Spirit. Not too bad though. I know one occasion we got our flight delayed by about I would say maybe 8 hours. We got delayed that night because of technical problems with the plane, and then we was able to fly out that morning. All right. So I think the biggest one is the stream delays. All right, the stream delays, and you can see Spirit and JetBlue are at the bottom, and at the top, the less delays you got, the less canceled flights. So basically, the way they really rank the canceled flights is within a 24-hour period, basically, or 3-day. I think it's a 3-day period. So the closer to the flight cancellation, the airline actually gets a bad rank. So the closer you get to your flight, the worst rating they will get. So if they cancel your flight like within 24 hours or a couple of hours, that's going to get them a bad ranking. All right, guys. Let me see who's on the chat. Jay Clyde says, "There's no way Allegiant is better than JetBlue." All right, now these are based on I think both of them. All right, they're based on both of them. All right. You know what? Global paper. Copa Airlines is okay. It's okay. You know, I flew Copa Airlines out here from Colombia to Brazil. I don't know why they make you fly back to Panama, so you're kind of going backwards an hour or so, then going forward. It makes the flight a little longer coming from Panama to Rio de Janeiro, but you know that's the way they do. But they are reasonable, so I will say that they are reasonable. I can't remember if they. I think they did feed us maybe twice. You know, a little small little bucket meal, like some of them small airlines do. Uh, but yeah, Copa's decent. Copa is decent. All right. You know what? I had a good experience on Avianca. I actually did have a good experience on Avianca. Avianca wasn't too bad, GMAC. Avianca wasn't too bad. And don't worry, family. I'm gonna chop this video up just to have the news at the very beginning, and then we're gonna get into the subject at hand as far as Southeast Asia is opening back up. All right. So I got some good news coming from Brazil, family. I got some good news coming from Brazil. All right, let me go ahead and share the screen right here. Let me remove this. All right, there we go. So Brazil changes visa rules to attract digital nomads. All right, this is just came. This is recent. Last week, Brazil decided to make some adjustments for their visa. Anybody knows that's living in Brazil or try to stay longer periods of time in Brazil, it could be a lot of red tape. It could be very bureaucratic in certain instances. The money, you know, it's kind of expensive to stay, you know, in Brazil as far as getting a student visa as well. So they created a visa specifically for digital nomads. So I'm going to tell you what this article is saying, the requirements for you to obtain a nomad visa. Now, one of the requirements is you have to show income of $1,500 a month. All right, family, that's $1,500 a month. You have to show income, or you have to have at least $18,000 in your bank account. All right, so that's $1,500 a month coming from you know, your home country, basically from American or wherever country you come from another country, uh, and you have to have either or have $18,000 in your bank account at the time of you applying for this visa. Now, also you also have to have some form of medical insurance as well. Now, with this digital nomad, you cannot work in Brazil. You have to be pretty much show them a contract with your company, basically. So within that contract, they have to see that this is a American company or whatever company you're working for, but it cannot be inside of Brazil. You have to be a real deal digital nomad. All right, you can't work in Brazil at all. All right. Now, another thing they're going to check for is your criminal record. Yeah, do this even with the student visas here. I forgot the actual form, some type of affidavit to basically show you're not a criminal, or you're not on the run from the U.S. government or anything like that. So the requirements aren't too bad. It gives you a whole year, and you can renew after for another year. So Brazil is definitely encouraging the digital nomads to come on in and you know, spend money, live here without any issues with the digital nomad visa. So that's going to really help, man, because the student visa, that's, you know, I believe it's like $1,700. You know, it's you gotta go get a lawyer. It's a lot of red tape as far as getting the student visa. I do have friends that have the student visa, but I believe this would be a whole lot easier just to provide to them that you make $1,500 a month or $18,000 in your bank account, and to show a contract if you're working for a U.S. company. All right. So that's the good news. That's going to be a big game changer. They're welcoming digital nomads to come on into Brazil and pump up that economy, man. So that's good news coming out of Brazil. Brazil is definitely one of the most beautiful countries in the world, hands down, with some of the most beautiful women. So that is definitely some good news coming out of Brazil. We got Kirby Films in the building. What up, Kirby Films? Global Advanced Logistics Group. He says from Baghdad, Iraq. That's what's up. Could you be as a okay? You know what? That is a good question. I believe you can. I believe you can. If you show them, if you're a YouTuber and you know, you make more than $1,500 a month, or maybe that you can add that as revenue to go towards the $1,500 a month, because you basically are independent contractor for Google, basically, when you are a YouTuber. So I'm sure that income can go towards what they're looking for, and it is a U.S. based company as well. So I'm pretty positive that you can be a YouTuber and provide that as well. Okay, guys. All right, that was the next news that was supposed to come up. Yes, shout out to Andre and Andrea Love crossing borders with this with the Colombian peso. I appreciate that. He says, "Are you going to Carnival in Rio this April?" I'm not sure if I'm going, but yes, they did push Carnival back. It's usually between February and March. They did push it back to April, so that was the next news I come out of Brazil. So any of you guys are trying to come on down here for the Carnival, they did push it back to April. So, guys, just be very aware of that. But this is good news, man. You know, a lot of people love Brazil. Um, the student visa was, wasn't the easiest thing to obtain, but it was one of the easier visas to obtain to be able to stay here in Brazil. That's probably the visa I would go for. I still would probably contact a lawyer since I don't speak fluent Portuguese. That would be probably your best bet to get in contact with some type of lawyer, and I'm sure they have all the details they can provide you, and submit it for you as far as the digital nomad visa. So that's a big game changer, man. I really expect that it's going to be a lot of people coming down to Rio very soon. Now, keep in mind, at this point in time, you do have to be vaccinated, family. So you have to be vaccinated before you enter Brazil. So just keep that in mind. Shout out to Wayman Brown with the $2 super chat. He says, keep doing your thing, man. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that, man. All right. JM, I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure what area that is in Medellin, brother. All right. So we got some more news coming out the Philippines. Let me go ahead and put this up here real quick. Be patient with me, family. Let's see, we got this right here going on. So that's another big news coming in for the day. Hold on, let me put myself on screen right here. Now, Philippines is opening back up February 10th. All right, guys. But some of the requirements are that you have to be fully vaccinated. All right. They have a program. You have to be fully vaccinated to enter the Philippines. You have to also provide a PCR test within a 48-hour period. So you definitely want to take your PCR test right around the time you're going to fly out. This is a game changer as well. Looks like Southeast Asia is slowly opening back up. But in both countries, in Thailand and the Philippines, you both have to be vaccinated. Now, if you do want to enter Thailand without any vaccination, you can fly to the island of Phuket. The tickets are a little bit more pricier, maybe a couple of more $100 than you flying into Bangkok, but you can be unvaccinated and fly in to Phuket, and you have to be quarantined for 7 days. All right, you got to be quarantined for 7 days, family, and you got to take a PCR test when you arrive, and a PCR test on that 7th day. When that comes, you negative, you can go around the country, willingly with no problem. So just keep that in mind, guys, that you have to be vaccinated to enter either country. Well, I'm sorry, you have to be vaccinated fully to enter the Philippines. It helps to be vaccinated to enter Thailand if you want to do a direct flight straight to Bangkok, and you have a 1-day stay in a hotel room. They'll give you another PCR test. That PCR comes. This is for vaccinated travelers now. 1 day in a hotel deemed by the government, and you can go ahead and you can move around Thailand with no problem. If you don't want to be vaccinated or you're not vaccinated, you can fly into to Phuket and do a 7-day quarantine. All right, guys. So things are slowly starting to open it back up. Luckily, you guys can kind of move around a little bit. For the most part, you kind of have to show some type of vaccination papers. So if you're not down with that, you can kind of wait. I do believe, my personal opinion, that maybe around springtime, when people really start traveling, they might lift some of the restrictions. So you can be patient. If you're not down with the beer bug or anything like that, or getting the vaccination, you definitely can wait a few more months. And then I believe everything will possibly be opening back up. Not probably so much Asia, Southeast Asia. They've been very restrictive. They're a little bit more slower than South America, but I do believe maybe around April and March in Colombia and Brazil, they would take away those restrictions. All right, let me see who's all in the chat. Yeah, G Max says Phuket all the way to top. Max says that's good to know. Cheaper to fly to North and Thailand anyway if you're city hopping. All right, G Mac. Shout out to Mike V in the building. We got 68 in the room. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button when you come on in the room. All right, that's a good question. I'm I'm not really sure, bro. He says, can you hit up Thailand first and then catch the flight to the Philippines from Thailand, or are they only allowing travelers coming straight from the U.S.? That's a good question, man. I can't really answer that right now. You know, you got the Filipino P. You know, you might can go to her channel, but in my opinion, if I was to fly all the way out there, that long of a flight, more likely either go through Phuket or just get a vaccination. He said Brazil is slowly becoming the Puerto Rico of South America. Prices are going up fast. So if you're trying to go farther with the USD, stick with DR, Colombia, Costa Rica, and invest. Buy low, sell high. Well, the thing about Brazil, man, Brazil is very big. Brazil is humongous. You definitely got different states in Brazil. You know, Salvador Bahia is much cheaper than Rio de Janeiro. Sao Paulo is, pretty expensive. That's kind of like the New York of Brazil. But you can move around Brazil, man, and you can find some, good prices. Now, the issue comes with the double taxation when you try to open up a business. It is difficult to open up a business. Brazil pretty much works with the U.S. government as far as reporting all the taxation, and you might have to pay taxes on both ends, Brazilian taxes and American taxes. So, it's not the easiest country to open up a business for. They really want most of them, from what I can tell, and from what I heard by speaking with business owners here that own businesses, it's very difficult. And the employee laws are always going to favor the Brazilian citizen over the foreign, business owner. So you got to be very mindful and be careful of that. You're receiving, Brazilian money, Brazilian reais, but you might be getting taxed in American dollars. So you definitely want to be careful. From what I've heard, the Airbnb business is probably your best bet if you do want to try to do some business here in Brazil. I do see a lot of brothers having Airbnbs here, and then you got the festival season where, the Airbnbs go up every year, so you will be booked for the most part during the festival season. Now, right now, we're in the kind of a middle of a pandemic. So the festival is getting pushed back. So everybody's, people are canceling and stuff like that. So this might be a good time to actually come to Brazil. You might not get taxed too much for Airbnb because a lot of people, when you push festivals back and people are have their time off from work, they're not going to sacrifice their time off from work. They're probably just going to do something else. So a lot of people are canceling, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. So this might be a good time to come out here to Brazil. Another question by Andre and Andrea from Love Crossing Brothers. I appreciate that. He says, how much do you think we should bring for 4 days in Rio de Janeiro Carnival? That's a good question, man. Brazil, the food is pretty reasonable. So if you already have your booking, you're looking at food and drink. 4 days, I would say maybe $1,000. You'll be just fine. A little less than $1,000. You'll be just fine depending on how much you eat and drink. It's a lot of all you can eat spots here. The restaurants, for the most part, aren't really too expensive. I think I went out Friday night and spent maybe $20 on a entree and a drink and some water. So it's not that, it's very reasonable here. Now, are they going to price gouge? I'm not sure. I doubt that. A lot of times, some of these restaurants, at least on the beach, they'll be kind of booked up. They'll kind of be reserved. That's how it was during New Year's. So I imagine it might be the same way. But I would think you would be good with a little less than $1,000 for 4 days. You shouldn't have an issue. Shout out to Andre and Andrea for Love Crossing Borders once again. So, family, real quick, man, what is going on in America? What is going on with the dating in America? I just got hip to this show. I'm gonna play a little quick clip, real quick, man. Now I do follow this YouTuber, very pretty young lady from France. She has this show called The Pineapple Show. I've been seeing clips go viral around. But this is very interesting to show you the level of thirst going on in America when you try to, compile everything as far as the PUA coaches, and then you got shows like this. And I will say this now. I will say this about this show. Right.
So I'm like,
hold
not
on,
there yet.
Hold on. I will say this about this show right here. Now, the women she brings on, the women she brings on in this show are beautiful. I will say that. But the thing is, man, what I notice about American men that don't generally travel is, number one, they're extremely thirsty. That's a given. Men are thirsty all around the world. But, men that don't have that option of having a passport, are going to be superior thirsty to guys who frequently travel. That's number one. Number two, what I see with a lot of American men, young and pretty much middle aged, young and old, what I see is the internal valuation of themselves seems to be pretty low from what I can tell, man. Because you have a lot of value as a man, you have a lot of value as a man. If you ever seen a woman that's been single pretty much her whole life or been in and out of marriages and she gets over a certain age and once she gains a little weight, hit the wall, how difficult it is for them to attract somebody of worth, you will know that you have a lot of value. Women get sick all the time. Women need help, maintaining a home, all types of things. Women need protection, from bad weather. Like you are needed as a man. I feel like that's kind of being lost in the sauce a little bit. I think a lot of guys don't really know their inherent value and how this show is set up for the men to call in. It really should be the opposite, in my opinion. It should be the opposite, but I know everything is kind of tipsy-turvy in America, but I just want to show this clip real quick, man. I want to show you this clip real quick. Now, this is. I couldn't find the show I really wanted to show. This is just beautiful, but there's another show I really wanted to show. Guys were calling in and they were, to me, guys were saying, hey, I'm this, I'm that. They would definitely be, in my opinion, a good match for her, but she was really picky. Now, this whole Pineapple show basically give us some preference, guys, is guys calling into her show and pretty much putting their application in for the woman. I'm gonna show you a quick clip. Fair use. This is the one I want to show. Hold on, let me show. Okay, hold on. Let me see what this brother. I didn't see this part. Let me see what this brother got to say real quick. Like he making beats. All right, hold on.
Hi, how are you?
Doing? Hold on.
How y'all doing? I really look. Honestly, I'm married.
Okay.
Let me start off like that. I know. Please, before you say pineapple, though, I came on here because I just wanted to tell Melly I'm a producer and get at me. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, y'all. But I just had to do that, and that's all I wanted to say, y'all. And
about my money. All right, skip over here real quick. Now this is the one I want you to see.
Okay.
Hold on.
6'3". Okay.
And that's all I wanted.
Girl, he's trying to get signed to a deal. He's trying to get signed to a deal.
She be having some baddies on here now.
With him or something.
I don't know. Hey, he's gonna DM me or email me something. We'll see.
Gosh. Okay.
All right, guys. If you come on here to talk, it's to talk to Jay. It's not to talk to me.
Club and college,
To talk, it's to talk to Jay. It's not to talk to me. It's not to sell your company. It's like it's for Jay. So let's go.
Y'all are a mess. Okay, let's do it.
I got J2.
Pretty now. I admit that she's pretty.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Where are you from?
I'm from DC. Where are you from?
I'm from Houston.
Houston?
Yeah.
Okay. How tall are you?
Off rip.
I'm 6'3".
Okay.
You're 6'3". Okay.
I will say, I want to tell my fellas this, the height thing is really like more Western American. I mean, I see beautiful women all the time with guys, either their height or even shorter, especially in Colombia, even in Brazil. And you got tall guys in Brazil as well. So that height thing, man, that's kind of like tough when women are looking for a requirement, you know what I'm saying, for, actually settling down. So that the height thing you might have to worry about if you really, traveling overseas. Asia definitely doesn't matter. But that's really Western. I remember I had went out in here, Brazil, with a German flight attendant, and she was just like, "How tall are you?" And I told her, I was 5'11", and because we was about the same little height. It didn't change anything like that. But that's more of a. I've never been asked how tall I was by a Colombian woman or a Brazilian woman.
Okay. All right. So are you athletic?
Yeah, I work out a lot. I used to play basketball in high school. And a little
kind of mush mouth, man. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Pep up your energy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. How tall are you?
I'm tall, so I'm probably like 5'7".
Okay.
That's
So,
average. It's not tall.
Okay, so are you're single?
Yeah, I'm single.
You have kids?
Nah, no kids. No
Do you have
kids.
your own place?
Yeah.
They just clowning. Come on, family.
Melly,
We can do better than
stop.
this, man. Come on, man. We get clowned out
Hey,
here,
go
man.
ahead.
Why are you laughing at me?
It's your show. You go ahead.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I
Yeah,
said
I'm
it's your show. Go ahead.
single,
Okay.
no kids. I have my own place.
You gotta fix your volume. I can't really hear you.
Oh, is it quiet?
They loving this,
Yeah.
man. They
Yeah, it's
loving
kind
this.
of quiet on my end too.
There we go. All right.
Okay.
She about to hit him.
Okay.
She about to hit him.
But
Look, she
yeah,
about to hit him. He ain't got
what
no
are you looking
tattoos on
for
his
in a
face
man,
either.
though?
Look, she about to hit him.
I'm looking for something. I'm looking for someone who is interested in something long term, not a situationship. I want someone who's going to invite me to things. 4 years. We bought a
Oh.
house together.
Oh, okay. Huh, how old
How
are you?
long was your longest relationship?
She about to hit
About
him.
a year.
I can look in her eyes. She about to hit him.
Yeah, a year.
Pineapple. I'm
Well,
sorry.
that's too.
Pineapple.
Hey, man, we need to do our own show, bro. We need to do our own show. We're gonna call it Apple, or should we call it? Well, what should we call that show? Because I'm telling you, family. Come on, family. Come on. Let me chop it up with the family real quick, man. You know, I don't know if the OG uncles ain't around no more, or you know what I'm saying. Like I don't know what's going on in America per se. But first of all, I would never even go on a show like that because I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? You should have too much time on your hands to even go on a show and put yourself in that position. These women are going to say pineapple. They're laughing at you because they know they're not really, serious about it. It's a joke. Now, I will say, at least most of the women on there are like 8, 9, 10s or better because all the women she have on there are bad, from what I can tell. But putting yourself in that position, man, you kind of put yourself in a position already of sippy behavior almost. You should be so fly in your head that you would never even go on a show like that. You know what I'm saying? It's funny entertainment. I grant that. You see beautiful women. You got guys coming up. Look, this guy was 6'3", no kids. What was the issue? It's just the setup is wrong. You putting too much value on the female when you the prize. You feel me? You the leader of the world, bro. You the creator of humanity. We the prize. And I see this, and I'm like, okay, now I understand why the PUA market is getting so large and so big. Because these guys don't feel like they have a lot of inherent value for some reason. If they going on shows like this, it's interesting. It's funny. It's very entertaining. Shout out to Melly. Melly is cool. She's from Paris. She always kind of gets on the females. I will say that from the stuff I do watch on her show, she gets on the females like, this is why you don't have a man. You don't do nothing for him. So how could you maintain a man if you don't never do anything for him? It can't be a one-way relationship. But I mean, come on, fellas, we can do better than this. Shout out to my dude Grego. He said they ain't Asian. Right. Shout out to Ray Matt with $10 Super J. He says, keep up the good work. BMT just got my passport 4 months ago, ready for my first trip in 2022 out of the Matrix. Ray Matt, where you going, bro? What's going to be your first stop? Let me know what's going to be your first stop. We got Zion Train. He says she's pretty, average at best. I'm spoiled by Brazilian and Colombian women, shaking my head. Yeah, that show would totally be on the opposite in South America. It would definitely be the opposite. The other way around, rather. Shout out to G Mac. He said with the $5 super chat, he says those bras on here don't take the dude seriously. It's an opportunity to get a quick ego boost, aka attention. All the way, bro. All the way. So let me see. Hold on. Yeah, she is. She is bad. Hey, my book they 8s and 9s, bro. All right, let me see what they got going on here.
I mean, you could have been the long relationship.
No, I need to see longevity, Melly. Like we need to see something, some type of commitment.
Okay.
No, next. No.
Okay.
I'm 26 and I've already been in a 4-year relationship. That shows that I was really, so I need
26. Okay.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
All right, I have Jew. Hello.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's up, Melly?
Pineapple,
What's up, Jay?
pineapple.
Yo, bro didn't even clean it. Hey, bro didn't even clean the screen. Come on now, bro. We look. You see how dusty we looking out here on these internet streets, bro. Look what we got going on.
I'm so cut it out.
What happened?
What? He's not attractive to me. Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Sorry, Jew. Next time.
She bad. I mean, she bad. Now.
Okay.
She is bad.
I got Tony.
Come on, bro.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
You waste your time.
Man, if y'all want to get y'all passports, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, she picky, but come on, family. You gotta come out a little bit better than that, man. We looking bad out here, bro. We looking bad out here. Shout out to Melly. Fair use. I'm not pay no
Too
more.
old for you. Okay, so what's your age range?
That's a good question. I would say
I want to hit this
35
real
too.
quick.
Yeah,
Though.
35.
Okay, so your age to 35, or you can do a little younger?
No, he has to be at least 30. I know that's like a short. That's like a really.
Everybody in chat, come on. She's 6 or 7. Am I missing something? She look good to me.
Tight,
but you don't want to train him.
So
yeah,
she got a lot of makeup on.
That's it.
30 to 35. I feel like
So tall, 6'1", 6. I guess 6 foot or better. 30, 35. She really limiting herself, man. And that's another thing I will say about dating overseas. The age situation. All right. These women, Brazil, Colombia, I see them with older guys all the time, 40s, 50s, no issues, no problems. I don't know why American women kind of like to date, men, around the age. I think that's a big problem in the matrix, trying to date around the same age frame. It really doesn't work half the time because you want to be a little older than your woman, in my opinion. I read that book, Malcolm X, the autobiography of Malcolm X. He said you should be at least 7 years older than your woman. In some cases, it could work. But for me, I like dating women, 21, between 21 and 30. You know what I'm saying? I try not to go too much further than that. Really between 21 and 27, personally. So everybody roasting little girl. She look good to me. Makeup is witchcraft. You're right, J. Clyde. It is witchcraft.
29?
Oh, 20. Okay, 29. Yeah.
28?
Well, it's not relevant to what y'all doing right now because they're already
Right.
Hold on. Let me shout out to Andre once again. He says, quality men would never be on her show. I'm 54. My wife is 27. Andre, because you got value. You know the game already. You've been in Colombia, you have a passport. These guys don't know their value, man. I don't think any man with any sense of, self-righteousness or self-worth would even go on a show like that. I mean, these women, come on, man. Women on that type of setup, they're going to roast you and be picky. You already know. 21, hell no. Hey, okay. Somebody said she'll be crying on Kevin Samuels in 5 years.
Right.
Okay, we'll see.
Older than me. So if I'm 20, just older than me.
Okay. I got Brian here.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
That's a little suspect right there.
This is the little vibe I was in. Let me turn down this music before you get copyrighted. You feel me? Anyway, how you doing?
Hey.
So you said you stable, or you was talking reckless when you got on the show.
Bad
right?
out here, man.
If I'm not mistaken. No,
I did.
All right, my fault. I'm like, where do we go here? I'm talking shit on you, like, you feel me a little bit.
You was.
Yeah, basically.
My fault. My hair look crazy. I feel like it would have looked crazy if I don't.
Pineapple. That hair gotta go. No.
Well, you see the type of guys that's calling on this show. You see the type of guys that's calling on these shows, man. Guys, I hope I don't see none of my passport bros on these shows, man. I really do. Straight up. Yeah, man. We going out bad, bro. Get your passports. All right. So yeah, family, quick show today, man. Real quick before we go though, let me go ahead and put this up on the screen. Yeah, a lot of feminine energy with that last one for sure. All right, let me go ahead and put this up. All right, family, the BMT mobile app. We are raising funds for the BMT mobile app. If you want to see a trailer, you can definitely check out the trailer. It's one of the videos. The link to the Indiegogo campaign is in the description. As you can see, we actually have about $5,000 right now, close to about $5,500 right now. We got 26 days left, guys. We had about 130, I believe it's about 130 backers thus far. So the BMT mobile app, if you haven't already donate, the link is in the description, man. It's going to be really dope. Our own private social network is going to be a game changer. We have all types of features like geotagging, a resource center with it, man. You're going to be able to post what you want to post without any outside interference. You're also going to be able to communicate with each other, man. This is a big project. We got one of the top developers in the game who develop apps for Ford as well as GM, man. So it's going to be a black-owned app, man. Probably one of the only black-owned platform social networks out there as far as I know. Okay, guys, it's going to be really dope. Private social networking app similar to Facebook for traveling brothers, man. So if you go ahead and donate, we're raising $25,000. We got 26 days left. We had about $5,000, so we got $20,000 more to go, guys. So whatever you can donate, man, and for all the guys who have already previously donate, I really appreciate that. All right, family. All right, let me go ahead and put that on there. All right. So yeah, man. Once again, appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the super chats. Make sure I got all the super chats before I go. Okay, hold on. I got another one by Ash L. Real quick, bro. Most of the guys that call up are dusty. We don't do that. I'm not one of those ninjas. Right. There's no way a passport, bro, would call up to a show like that. All right, no way in the world. All right. So once again, man, appreciate you guys joining me for the show. Peace.